first we drink. Where is this tequila from?
Oh, this tequila is from Mexico. Is all tequila from Mexico?
I don't know.
But we had a customer, Ignacio Pasari, sent us 6 bottles of Casa Dragones. And it's
really good.
It's amazing. Every guy here at the shop has one of these bottles at their bench right now, and we're all drinking. So
So you're going to end up with like left-handed, double neck, upside down.
We're just wrapping it up for the holidays. No critical work being done.
Yeah.
No power tools allowed.
No power tools. Okay. So before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let us just point out to all the viewers at home that yes, we are twins, and we look and sound very similar.
We've heard all the twin jokes. Leave them in the comments below.
Yeah.
If you can come up with a twin joke that we haven't heard before, then I will send you a bottle of this Casa Dragones.
Ooh.
Yeah. Try us.
Contest.
Try us.
Yeah, contest is on. I wanted to throw together this podcast because being your brother, I typically don't like the things that you do. But
the feeling is mutual.
Yeah, but I love when you posted this on Instagram. It caught my eye in a different way. I don't play guitar, and I thought to myself, there's something different about this. Like I want to purchase this. I mean, I know like a C chord and a G chord.
What we're talking about out there in video land is the Mavis Mule.
Yeah.
This is the first of its kind. It's a all roasted maple, semi-hollow bodied resonator arch back instrument. That's pretty rad.
And when is that going to be available to people?
Well, it's available now. You can get on the wait list, so you have to go on muleresophonic.com and go to the products page and get on the list that way. It would just be, you would get it sometime in 2020, but that wait list will close on the 1st of January because we've gotten like 55 people on the wait list, so we got to like keep it under control.
Yeah, right. So from the outside perspective, when a business that you're following releases a new product, it's sudden and it's instantaneous and it's new right then. But obviously a guitar like this, you didn't just wake up in the morning, throw it together, and then throw it on Instagram and say, hey guys, I made this thing. So like, what has the process been from idea to finally a Mavis Mule?
It was kind of like little by little. I built a square neck version for Sean Vriel, who plays like slide with on his lap, but with 3 slides on his left hand.
Yeah, and he's like Wolverine. I saw a video of that.
Yeah, he is the Wolverine of slide players, and that was kind of instantaneous. Like, I'd see him play, and I met him, and we're friends now. But I kind of came in one day and was just like, I need to make him a guitar, and so this like roasted ash version of this was kind of the first iteration of that, where it was like I was super excited about his music, and then it kind of popped in my head and was like, I'm going to build something that hasn't been built because I think this would fit the way that he plays. And then as I was building it, it was kind of like, well, this could be like a normal electric guitar, round neck. And then it was like, oh, I like semi-hollow body guitars, and the vibe and the roasted maple and the resonator cone would really get a lot of air moving. So it was kind of like that progression of the initial spark of inspiration, and then like, okay, like how else, or where else can we take it?
Be careful about saying like.
Oh,
just giving you a heads up. I'll cut this part out, but that's a really interesting concept, I think, because typically as a builder, you think about creating an instrument and then letting people take that instrument and play their music on it and interpret the instrument in a different way. But the start of this instrument was really the opposite of that. You took somebody's playing and the music that they were doing, and you tried to create an instrument for that, which led to this.
Yeah, it goes both ways. I think the joy of making instruments, whether it's a new one or not, is seeing people play them, whether it's Joey or Ariel or Focal or Charlie Parr or whoever it is.
Mm-hmm.
We build an instrument so that other people can take it and do all the fun stuff with it, you know, and that gives us a lot of energy. So when, you know, a new instrument like this pops in, it is a little bit more special, because looking at how Sean played kind of got the wheels turning and wanted to fit those puzzle pieces in, you know.
Right. So this isn't, I mean, on video and in pictures, you don't really get kind of the guts of it. It might look to some people like it's a solid body electric guitar with a cover plate tacked onto it. But what are the things going on inside that create really the unique sound that it has?
Well, we were talking about it a little bit this morning too, is like that guitar shouldn't really sound like it does. You know, it's so thick. You know, even the treble strings are really big and round, but the body really isn't that big. It's like a Les Paul dimension,
mm-hmm.
and it is a semi-hollow body, but this particular prototype, the back is just carved on the outside. It's not actually like arched on the inside like a archtop guitar plate. So there's a lot of sound moving when you play it acoustically. It's very surprising. So I think it's a combination of that resonator cone being like the driver of all the energy happening inside the body, plus the roasted maple. The roasted maple, like we use on our necks for the resonators and the saddles.
Yeah.
And I think that much sound going on in the body, plus hitting the really dry woodiness of the roasted maple, it just gets everything moving. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and just to reiterate that this is a prototype,
mm-hmm.
and so when you mentioned about the back being carved, you're still playing around with carving it on the inside as well.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
This is, like I said, the first one was like a lap style guitar for Sean, and this is the second one. So we're still playing with ideas and stuff.
Okay, cool. What? To you, I mean, describing sound is always a little bit awkward, but like, how does this guitar sound different than maybe another semi-hollow body that you might pull off a shelf?
It's a lot woollier when I plugged it in, and especially when it's driven.
Yeah,
there's this like thick grit that happens that I've not heard in another guitar. And then when it's clean, when there's no drive, it's really big and full notes. But I think with the resonator cone, it adds a snap to the notes that keeps it from getting muddy. It's not just a big thick blanket. There's a little bit of that resonator cone twang to it.
Yeah.
So and that keeps the notes all separated. So
yeah. And just to clarify, that sound is the doorbell. so our doorbell here at Mule is very holiday themed. So Merry Christmas, everybody at Mule. Somebody is here.
UPS guy.
Yeah, ringing it. Well, I think that's a good point, because I think when you talk about things sounding woolly, a lot of people have this concept that you're plugging a guitar into like a fuzz pedal, and then just fuzzing like a giant wall of fuzz, and everybody goes, wow, that's really cool for about 10 seconds.
No, it's really different. And just like with our normal resonator guitars, what I tell people is it's going to be uncomfortable at first, because it takes a little bit of learning and a little bit of fidgeting to see like, okay, what sounds good on this? What do I have to do to my amp? How do I have to play this to get something that I like to play? But that's that's the power of that. If you picked up a guitar that everything felt comfortable on, you're not going to make different musical choices, and there's not as much value in it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and that I'm glad that you brought that up, because I've been here in when last couple of musicians have come to play and we've recorded them, and they picked up the Mavis Mule, and they all seemed intrigued by it. It was kind of this universal. They sat down and they were trying to figure it out, and like, what is this?
Yeah.
And
it was, especially when Doug Womble came and played.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like a first date.
Yeah.
Where it was kind of like,
yeah.
So how are you doing?
Yeah. Like, what questions do I ask you? Yeah.
And that's really fun, because when you see guys who are pros and they bring all that skill and experience, and they pick up an instrument and go, what should I do with that? That's really exciting, because you know they're going to pull something out. They're just not quite there in the first initial moments.
Right.
And that's really exciting as a builder. That's that energy.
Cool. Yeah, so January 1st is the due date.
Yep.
So if you want to get on the Mavis train, you got to go to the website. There's a page called Instruments.
Products. MuleResophonic.com.
Yeah.
I'll put a link in the comments below.
Yeah.
And you'll go to products and then check out the cart. There's no deposit. There, you don't have to pay anything to get on the list. And then I would get a hold of you in 2020 when your turn is up.
Yeah. Cool. So people, get on the Mavis train. Do it.
All aboard.
All aboard.
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo. Choo. Pew.